Life is like a maze. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected dead ends. Sometimes it feels like we're wandering aimlessly, but there's always a goal, a piece of cheese waiting for us. We are all searching for our cheese, the things that make us happy. This cheese represents our dreams, our goals, and the things that bring us joy and fulfillment. Our cheese could be a good job, a loving relationship, or a comfortable routine. It could be anything that gives us a sense of purpose and satisfaction in life. But what happens when our cheese is gone? Change is inevitable. It's a part of life, just like the changing seasons. Sometimes our cheese moves and we have to navigate the maze all over again. It's a part of life, just like the changing seasons. Sometimes our cheese moves. We might find ourselves in a situation where what once made us happy no longer does. We might lose our job, face a relationship challenge, or see our comfortable routine disrupted. These moments can be shocking and disorienting, or see our comfortable routine disrupted. These disruptions force us to confront the reality of change and the need to adapt. How we react to this change defines us. We can choose to face it with determination and resilience, or we can let it overwhelm us. We can either resist it and stay stuck, clinging to the past and what used to be, or we can embrace the new opportunities that change brings, or we can adapt, learn, and grow. Adapting to change allows us to discover new paths, new cheeses, and new sources of happiness. Who Moved My Cheese is a simple yet powerful story that teaches us how to deal with change positively and achieve success. It reminds us that change is a natural part of life and that we have the power to navigate it successfully. Get ready to learn how to find your new cheese. Embrace the journey, explore the maze, and discover the new opportunities that await you. Life's a maze, but with the right mindset, you can always find your way to the cheese that brings you joy and fulfillment. Who Moved My Cheese features 4 characters, 2 mice, Sniff and Scurry, and 2 little people, Hem and Haw. These characters live in a maze, which represents the environment we all navigate in our daily lives. They love cheese, which symbolizes the things we desire in life, such as success, happiness, or material possessions. Sniff is a quick-witted mouse. He has a keen sense of smell and is always the first to notice when the cheese supply is dwindling. His ability to detect changes early on allows him to prepare and adapt quickly. Scurry is a little mouse full of energy. He's always on the move and ready to take action. Unlike Sniff, Scurry doesn't waste time overthinking things. He is more about action and less about contemplation. When change happens, he's ready to run and find new cheese without hesitation. Hem is a little person who's afraid of change. He prefers the comfort of the familiar and is resistant to anything that disrupts his routine. He likes things to stay the same and finds solace in stability. When the cheese disappears, he is paralyzed by fear and uncertainty. Instead of looking for new cheese, Hem complains and blames others for his predicament. His resistance to change keeps him stuck in the same place. Haw is another little person who is initially resistant to change. He shares Hem's fear of the unknown but has a different approach. Unlike Hem, Haw eventually realizes that he needs to adapt to find new cheese. He learns to laugh at his fears and embraces change as a necessary part of life. These 4 characters represent different ways people react to change. Sniff and Scurry are proactive and adaptable, while Hem and Haw show the challenges and eventual acceptance of change. Which one are you? Are you quick to adapt like Sniff and Scurry, or do you resist change like Hem and Haw before eventually coming around? Every morning, the 4 characters put on their running gear, lacing up their shoes with a sense of purpose and excitement. They had a routine, a rhythm that they followed religiously. They would head to Cheese Station C, a place that had become a symbol of abundance and comfort for them. At Cheese Station C, they had been enjoying a plentiful supply of their favorite cheese for a long time. The variety and richness of the cheese were unmatched, and it had become a daily delight. But one day they arrive at Cheese Station C, and to their utter surprise, it's empty. The cheese is gone. The once overflowing platters now held only a few crumbs. Sniff and Scurry, being mice, had noticed the cheese supply dwindling over time. They had been keeping a close eye on the situation, always alert and ready to act. They weren't surprised by the empty station, and were already mentally prepared to find new cheese. Their instincts and foresight had paid off. Hem and Haw, however, are shocked, angry, and confused. They had never imagined that the cheese would disappear. Their world had been turned upside down. They had become complacent, taking the cheese for granted and not anticipating any change. They had settled into a comfort zone, believing that the cheese would always be there. This situation highlights the importance of being aware of changes around us. It's crucial to stay vigilant and adaptable, always ready to adjust to new circumstances. Being prepared for change means having a plan and being willing to explore new paths. It's about packing your bag with essentials and being ready to embark on a new journey. Don't wait for your cheese to disappear completely. Take action before it's too late. Learn from Sniff and Scurry, and always be prepared to seek out new opportunities and adapt to change. Sniff and Scurry didn't waste time complaining about their situation. They knew that the cheese at Cheese Station C was finite and wouldn't last forever. They had already noticed the signs and were mentally prepared for this moment of change. Immediately, they took off into the maze, searching for new cheese with determination. They embraced the change as a new adventure and opportunity. Their simple action teaches us a valuable lesson. Don't overthink or overanalyze the situation at hand. When change happens, be ready to adapt and move forward quickly and efficiently. Don't get stuck in the past, keep moving forward. Section 5, Hem and Haw, stuck in the past. Hem and Haw, on the other hand, were paralyzed by the change. They couldn't believe the cheese was gone. They complained, blamed each other, and wished things would go back to the way they were. They wasted precious time arguing and denying the reality of the situation. They even went back to Cheese Station C several times, hoping the cheese would magically reappear. Hem and Haw represent the part of us that resists change, even when it's evident that holding on to the past is futile. Don't be like Hem and Haw. Section 6. The writing on the wall. Can you read the signs? One important detail in the story is how Sniff and Scurry noticed the cheese supply was diminishing. They saw the writing on the wall. They noticed that the cheese pile was getting smaller each day. They saw cheese crumbs on the floor, indicating that someone was moving it. This illustrates that changes often have warning signs. We need to be observant and pay attention to the subtle cues around us. Are you aware of the writing on the wall in your life? Section 7. Moving with the cheese, embracing new opportunities. As days turned into weeks, Haw started realizing that their old cheese wasn't coming back. He knew he couldn't keep clinging to the past. He began to see the change as an opportunity to find something even better. He convinced a reluctant Hem to join him in the search for new cheese. Together, they ventured into the maze, facing their fears and doubts. This part of the story teaches us that while it's hard to let go of the past, it's essential to adapt and move on. Embrace the unknown and see change as a chance for growth and new opportunities. Section 8. Real-life cheese movers, success through adaptation. The story of Who Moved My Cheese resonates with people from all walks of life because, well, we've all experienced change and its impact. Think about companies like Netflix. They started as a DVD rental service but adapted to the changing technology and consumer behavior. They embraced streaming and became a global entertainment giant. Or consider athletes who suffer career-ending injuries. Many successfully reinvent themselves in new roles, becoming coaches, commentators, or entrepreneurs, proving that change can lead to exciting new paths. These examples show that those who adapt and embrace change are the ones who ultimately thrive. Section 9. Don't be afraid to fail, it's part of the journey. Haw, during his journey in the maze, learned a valuable lesson. It's okay to be afraid, but don't let fear paralyze you. He realized that he might not find new cheese immediately, and that's okay. He learned to enjoy the journey, the exploration, and the process of learning and growing. Remember, failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone. Each time we stumble, we learn something new and valuable. Embrace the stumbles and keep moving forward. Section 10. Find your new cheese. Change leads to growth. Finally, after weeks of searching, Haw stumbles upon a new cheese station. Cheese Station N. It's bigger and better than anything he could have imagined, filled with a variety of new cheeses. His journey taught him that change, while initially scary, can lead to something amazing. He realized that his happiness shouldn't depend on something external like cheese, but on his ability to adapt and find new cheese. This is a powerful message for all of us. Our happiness and success are not about holding on to the past, but about our ability to embrace change and find our new cheese. Section 11. Keep your running shoes ready. Embrace the future. Who Moved My Cheese teaches us that change is a constant. Instead of fearing it, we should be prepared for it. Keep your running shoes ready. Be mentally prepared to adapt and change. Embrace the unknown, for it holds new opportunities, adventures, and the potential for something truly extraordinary. So, the next time your cheese moves, remember the lessons of sniff, scurry, hem, and haw. Be adaptable, be courageous, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Go out there and find your new cheese.